Today I will interview you to get to know more about your engineering profession. So, to start with, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nur Akmal Hamimah Wasai. I am currently a reservoir engineer working for ExxonMobil. I've been working for 5 years and I studied chemical engineering in University College London.
Okay. So, can you tell me more about your work as a reservoir engineer at your company?
So what I do is I build simulation models for oil wells because I'm in the oil and gas industry, and I would come up with technical recommendations and solutions in order to optimize the well's production. So basically we're trying to figure out how the oil wells can produce more oil.
Okay, so next, can you provide some challenges you face in your job?
I think one of the biggest challenges for me personally is data. So when you're building a simulation model, you need a lot of data inputs from the wells itself, a lot of production data, and sometimes you might not have all the data you need, so you need to make do with what you have, and you have to come up with assumptions, and you have to use your own engineering judgment in order to come up with recommendations or solutions to real-life problems that you're facing.
Okay, so you mean to use to input your creativity in solving problems. Okay, so for next questions, you mentioned that you studied chemical engineering in your university. So do you actually apply what you study in your current job, or is it much different from what you studied?
So my current job deals more with petroleum engineering. So when I first started out, a lot of things were completely new to me. But having said that, I do apply some of the aspects of chemical engineering, for example, the fluid properties, mass balances, mass transfer in my current job. But I think the main takeaway from what I studied was, again, problem solving and how do you come up with creative solutions to potential problems that you're facing.
Okay. So, why do you choose engineering as a profession?
Because back in school, I was pretty good at maths, physics, and chemistry. Wasn't that much interested in biology. And also, I chose engineering because it's a pretty wide field, so I didn't have to decide there and then what kind of engineer I wanted to be. So it kind of keeps your options open until you figure out what you want to specialize as after you.
Okay, so you mean even in chemical engineering, there are still branches that you can go?
Yes, a lot of fields, a lot of different types of industries that you can choose to go into.
Okay, so next questions. How I can tell that you are a busy person as a reservoir engineer. So how do you manage your personal time and your work time?
I think the main thing that I do is I would create a work list and rank and prioritize which jobs that I would have to focus more energy and time on, because you only have so much time in a day, and you have to, I think, acknowledge the fact that you can't give 100% in all and every single thing that you're asked to do. So it's important to know which ones that you need to focus on and which ones that you can maybe do a more fit for purpose approach to it. So once you're clear on that, you would have more time to yourself and to spend on what you love doing and on people you care about.
Okay. So in your work, what do you enjoy in doing it in daily life?
I think one of the biggest enjoyment that I get from my current job is that when you see your potential recommendations and your solutions, your theoretical solution being actually implemented in real life, and you see that, it's actually giving out the results that we predicted it to be. So it gives you a sense of accomplishment and a sense of satisfaction to see, your theory turning into real life.
So you mean in general, seeing the results of the things you calculated, you designs about?
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. What is your personal take on women choosing engineering as a profession?
So I think engineering is still a pretty much male-dominant profession currently. But having said that, I do encourage more women to at least consider engineering as a potential profession, because with the recent technological advancements, it's not as physically intensive or as labor intensive as it may have been back in the day. So all you need is brain power, and I do think when it comes to that, women are equally as capable as men.
Okay, so you support women taking engineering as a profession. Okay. Next question. What are some of the highlights you achieved in your job?
I think one of the main highlights of my career is being able to see different environments around the world. So right now I'm working on Canada, Russia, and Malaysian oil wells, oil producers. So I get to see different environments and different approaches to perhaps similar problems. So it opens up your eyes, and it opens up your mind to any other potential solutions out there. So it makes you think a bit more as well.
Okay, so as a last question, can you provide some useful advice or tips to future engineers?
Well, I think, as usual, study hard, study smart, and also I think keep in mind that what you're studying now might not necessarily be what you will be applying in your future jobs. But what's important is to understand, when solving problems, what would be your approach, what should be the considerations, your limitations, your assumptions, and I think if you can get a hold of that, you can take on any potential jobs in the future.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and effort in giving answers. I hope you can achieve more and more things in your career and in your life. Thank you.
Thank you.